I'd also like to review the quotient rule, which is utilized in addition to the power rule in this question, where you are trying to simplify the log of x squared over y squared. Since it's a fraction, we're utilizing a quotient rule, and also we have powers. We're going to begin by utilizing the quotient rule, which says that the log of the quotient is equal to the log of the numerator, which in this case is the log of x squared, minus the log of the denominator, which is the log of y cubed in this case. Also, a little terminology that the numerator could be referred to as the dividend, the denominator could be referred to as the divisor. We just utilized the quotient rule. Now we're going to take it a step further and utilize the power rule. So the exponent is going to drop down in front of the log of x in the first piece, minus the exponent of 3 is going to drop down, and it's going to be multiplied by the log of y in the second piece, making 2 log of x minus 3 log of y the simplest version of that original expression. The order would matter in this case, since subtraction and differences is not commutative. Another important part is to realize how we could solve equations involving logarithms, such as the log with a base of x of 125 is equal to 3. Now we have simple equations that are involving logarithms, and we're solving for x. The best way to solve this is to convert this to exponent form. Log base answer equals exponent. I know that the base of x is raised to the third power and it has to equal 125. In order to get x alone, we have to use inverse operations, and the inverse of cubing, or raising something to the third power, would be to take the cubed root of it. So I'm going to take the cubed root of x cubed and get x, which I wanted to be isolated, so that's good. But I also have to take the cubed root of the other side of the equal sign, or the equation. So I'm going to take the cubed root of 125. We could do this in two different ways on our calculator. We could, on our graphing calculator, our TI, Texas Instrument TI-83 or 84, we can use the math key and go down to the fourth option here, which is the cubed root, and put in our radicand of 125, and that would come out to be a 5, so x does equal 5. The other way of using our calculator would be to realize how, if we're looking at the cubed root of 125 and trying to evaluate that, we can use rational exponents. We're raising 125 to the first power, which is our numerator of the rational exponent. The denominator would be the root, which is 3. And we can go ahead and do that arithmetic on our calculator. The base is 125. It's raised using the caret symbol to the 1/3 power. Important to put that 1/3 in parentheses. And it equals 5. So that's the other way of utilizing the calculator to help us. And to realize how 5 cubed would be 5 times 5 times 5, which would be 125. That would be a mental way of doing this.